Harry Higgins, and my piece is called The Performance That Can't Be Named.
Hi, I'm Rebecca and my piece is called What's It Really Like?
George Smith and Delirium.
Hi, I'm Joe Whitworth and my piece is called Arbitrator.
Hi, my name is Mark Alex Powell and my piece is called Vicissitude.
Michaela Perry and Fear and Freedom.
I was inspired by a piece of artwork by a designer called Bartes, and the piece is about evolution and how it can be mutated within technology. So I was inspired to take the whole meaning of transhumanism and taking the literal of technology and how that is going to inspire the next evolution, but maybe something might go wrong.
Well, I think a solo project should be solely by yourself, and when I sat and thought about myself, I realised I'm a bit of a horror film freak. I love horror films, and especially Saw, so I thought I'd do something about with a Saw contraption and put myself in that. Obviously they're always being punished for their worst qualities, and my worst quality as an individual is that I'm a complete and utter control freak, and that's where this inspiration came from.
Originally it was based on my old blog, and that changed into sort of teenage angst, teenage rebellion, and like personal experiences with that.
The story of Joseph Fritzl.
At the time, I had a lot of social issues going on around the uni, so I thought I'd use that as a positive and as an inspiration for my piece to create the picture of how it is socially acceptable to be a person.
When I was 16, I found out I was dyslexic, so I went through my whole school not knowing I was dyslexic, so I wanted to show what it's really like to suffer from the learning difficulty. Definitely.
Yeah, to an extent I did. There's quite a lot you can do by yourself, but doing a piece about technology, it was bound that was going to involve some sort of technology in it. So there's quite a lot of lighting, a whole complete soundtrack that was created by myself, and a lot of different projections that will be used in a performance.
Yeah, because at least I have to rely on anyone else to sort of go to rehearsals. Like, it's just my thing.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did, but it was like quite hard to think of new ideas when it was just you and two other people.
No and yes at the same time. I found it very challenging.
Challenges was testing of the audience, like what I could actually do to test the audience if they had dyslexia.
Trying to get something to suit what I was trying to do. Like, I kept getting new ideas. Like, I kept looking at one thing, I thought, oh, that could work, and then I saw another thing, and that could work, and it was trying to condense it to 10 minutes. And then I sort of thought, well, that wouldn't work in the piece, so I ended up making it a lot smaller than actually.
Doing my own tech, trying to get used to all the different like editing software mainly.
I think one of the main challenges was the costume. The costume is really quite heavy. It's about 25-30 kilos of porridge oats inside a load of nude tights wrapped to my whole body. So one of the main challenges was getting that on and actually seeing how much I'd be able to move in the costume and how much I could explore the space.
Having to cope with myself being a director and sort of deciding on certain things when I would have been able to decide with the group before.
Probably having to do everything alone. In terms of, I loved directing my own piece, but having to make your own tech yourself, and I think even in a solo project you always need help from somebody, you always need somebody to do something for you, whether it's your tech, your sound, bringing props in, help set up or anything, you always need help. So finding the time to bring people in to help you probably.
Unravelling Joseph Fritzl's mind and understanding who he is as a person.
Probably just the adrenaline rush of performing.
I'm looking forward to see people's reactions at the end of it. I don't know whether it will either make an, I don't know whether it will make an emotional effect, like whether it will make people feel emotional about it, or whether it will make people rethink about how they treat other people. I don't know, but either way is good for me.
Just getting it done and over with, if I'm honest. Just, it's a massive burden on my life at the minute.
I'm looking forward to seeing how the audience are going to take it, see if anybody picks up on certain things, see if the audience might take away a certain experience and maybe get a little bit scared.
Just showing what I've done in the amount of time I've been given and having it over with as well, so I can celebrate. People not liking it, I don't mind if people don't understand it, because I kind of want that, but I just want people to enjoy it.
The tech going wrong.
Not being able to have people come up to me and ask me questions or try and understand my performance art.
The tech fails because I'm rubbish with tech.
Whether people will see it in the way that I do, whether it's too much, whether it's too cheesy, but yeah.
Maybe a little bit worried about one of the tights ripping open and the porridge going everywhere, because that would be the best thing ever, but
yeah, I'll probably make it longer. Like, I don't know, if we had a different time limit, I'd make it much longer. I'd probably want to, in the future, I probably would like to expand it a little bit more, because I have a lot more work to go into it, if I could.
No, I don't think there would be, because I'm pretty happy with the piece.
Just the length of it and the depth of it. I'd like to go into more detail with the script and make it easier to understand.
Probably not make it performance art, try and make a acting piece about it.
I think the performance in itself, there's a lot of different ways it can go. It can explore like Darwinism, evolution and mutation, and a different other categories. So it could be expanded on a lot more than what it already is. I think time is one of the things that, because we have only got 10 minutes, if it was half an hour to an hour, there's a lot of different things that I could have explored really.
Probably the complexity of the piece. I'd probably make the contraption as itself a lot more complex, and maybe add a high level of technology just to make it a bit more frightening for the audience, probably.